Hello everybody. Today I want to quickly look at continuing on from the last lesson where we looked at selection tools, and I want to just look at a few more options that you have with these selection tools. So if you remember, in the last lesson we looked at the box select, where we just drag a box and it will select whatever is underneath that. Now let's say I want to select just these on the front here. I can of course move this here. I'll select those there. Cool. However, when I go behind, I've also selected a bunch of stuff on the other side. That may be what you want, but in this case it's not what I want. I just want to select it here. So how can I get around that? Well, the answer is up here. I have to select this little, let me go back again, this little icon here, which with the little eye on it that you see there. And if I select that and then I now select the pieces that I want, I will see that it's not on the other side. Okay, that's nice, right? So that's the way that I would do that. Now let me turn that off a minute and we'll look at this button here, which basically this button here will just use the polygons which are completely selected by the box select or the lasso or whatever marquee you're using. So let me go back to this one first of all, the visible. And as you can see, when I'm selecting this, it will select everything that's completely contained in this square here, but also anything that it just touches, it selects. So it's like partially covered there, right? And it will still select it. Well, this button here, let me remove that, will only select ones that are fully contained in there. So the ones that are partially contained don't get selected. Personally, I rarely use this, but it's there as an option if you want. Another thing I wanted to quickly look at and maybe recap on, if you already know, is maybe I can select a bunch here. Let me do it with the box. Okay, I'm just going to select those ones, and let's say I want to add to that. I can hit my shift key, hold it down, and I will see that I've got this little cursor here, but there's a little kind of plus sign that's there to the side of it, and that will now allow me to add to this selection. Without that, each time I select anything, it will redraw the whole thing. But here I can add to this, I can box select, add to it, whatever I need, right? What about if I want to take some stuff away? Well, the answer to that is holding down the control key. And you can see now I've got a little minus sign next to the cursor. So now I can select the ones that I don't want and I can take them away. So Shift is to add, Control is to remove. All right. Another option that I have is to invert this selection. So everything that's selected now will become non-selected, and everything that's not selected will become selected. And the way to do that is, if you're using a Mac computer, is to hit Command and I, and that will make that inversion. If you're using Windows, I'm guessing it's probably Control and I. You'll have to test that, but you know, usually if it's Command on a Mac, it tends to use the hotkey with the Control on a PC. So I'm guessing that's what that would be. Okay, so we've got a few more options that we've learned there. And I really do hope that these are useful. If you have any questions, oh, one more thing. I wanted to give you the names of these and it's now popping up. So this is the Select Visible Geometry tool, this one here. All right, remember? And this one here is called the Select Fully Contained Geometry. So this is the one, to turn that on, where we only select what's fully contained. All right. And remember, Shift to add and Control to remove. All right. Super. Oh, and another thing that I've just thought about, see this, there we go, a couple of hotkeys. So if I select this and I want to remove it, I can of course hit in this space here, but another option is I use Shift N and that will remove it. If I want to select everything, I can hit the N key and that will select everything. So Shift N deletes everything and N selects everything. Alright, any questions? Please leave them below. I know this is a lot to remember, but you guys have a great day. Bye bye.